Welcome into the Bullpen, ESPN 97.5. It is Brian McDonald, Sean Mapes, Cam Smith, and John Belmer with you here on a Saturday. Feels good to be back. We haven't done a studio show, and I don't even remember when. The Texans were a bad football team, I think, the last time we did a show in this studio. I took about a month off in between live remotes and LeBurge because of Aggies football and Aggies basketball kicking us off, and I think a random Miami Hurricanes versus SMU game. But I think the Texans were an under 500 team the last time we did a show together in the studio.
Was it after like the Ravens game or something?
Well, I know the show before the Ravens game we were out at Kima, so it might have been the following week. Yeah, it might have been.
Been a while.
It's been a while.
I've done
it's
more
been
shows.
A while.
I've done more shows on Saturdays from Lake Charles than I have in Houston.
That's true.
In the last
over the last 2 months, easy. Yeah. That's easily a fact. And well, speaking of LeBurge and Lake Charles, Sean, you, me, and Joe will be back out there next Saturday and Sunday. A little different start time. Sorry, Cam. A little different start time. We don't know exactly what time we'll be starting because it's dependent upon when the Aggies and their 5-hour post-game show ends.
Yes.
No disrespect there to the Aggies, but
it's a 1 hour.
But the post-game, well, I mean, Cam can attest. Sometimes that post-game, it stretches the hour constraints quite a bit.
It's going to be an hour and a half.
The pregame show is sometimes 5 hours.
Yeah, they did one. They did one not all that long ago that was like at least a 3-hour pregame show. But anyway.
It was indeed.
What's that?
I was there for that.
Yeah. So anyway, normally that Saturday show, like today, like we did last week at LeBurge, is 12 to 2.
Yeah.
We're probably going to be on the air about 3:30, 4 o'clock, and we'll go till, probably 6, I guess.
2 hours after.
Yeah, 2 hours after. We might fudge it a little bit depending on when the show actually starts. But we out there next Saturday after the Aggies in their post-game show, their game against Miami in the first round of the college football playoffs. And they'll also be doing the normal 10 a.m. to noon show the next day on Sunday, also live from LeBurge and Lake Charles. But mentioned the Texans earlier. They're a bad football team. The last time we did a show here in the studio. No longer a bad football team, gentlemen.
No.
They've won 5 in a row. Since that 0-3 start, they've gone 8-2 over their last 10. And it's looking like the favorite is for them to at least win 11 games, which is hilarious because we all saw the graphics when the Texans started 0-3. Like, well, the last team to overcome an 0-3 start. Cam, you're all right? You're struggling with the microphone here.
This mic is being a pain in the butt.
Just come this way a little bit, and you'll be right in front of it, pal. Are we good? All right. So the last.
He said it off air.
Did he?
Yeah.
Are we sure?
Yep.
All right.
Maybe
Johnny,
picked up on one of my
that. Fact check that. Okay. Hopefully we didn't just cancel. LeBurge's canceled next week. No. Anyway, so the Texans were the last team to start 0-3 and then make the playoffs. That happened in 2018 when they went 0-3 and then won 9 in a row.
Yeah. Remarkably similar.
But the Texans, I think, have a pretty good shot to actually one up those Texans because, no offense, Cam, I think they're going to be a favorite in the remaining games. Now, I think the Chargers might get the respectful
1.5.
Yes, exactly. 1.5 home favorite. But
yeah,
I don't know. I think the Texans, if I would say they're more likely to win out than to go 2-2 in their final 4. I'd put it that way. The favorite is definitely 3-1, but I think they're more likely to win out than go 2-2.
Yeah, because I mean, just tip our hand. Don't really have any reason to believe they're going to lose tomorrow against Arizona. Then they have the Raiders, and pound for pound, maybe the worst team in the league. And
definitely
then
top 3, yeah.
Ounce for ounce,
and by form, how they're playing right now is among the worst in the league. And then you have who they have after
the Chargers.
That? Oh, the Chargers. That's where the go 4-0 is under most scrutiny because then they have the Phil Rivers led Indianapolis Colts.
Cannot wait for that. If Big Philly is still starting for the Colts, because I mean, I guess it's possible that the Colts might go to Riley Leonard at some point this year,
or that he doesn't,
or that Phillip Rivers just dies on the field.
Doesn't
how dare
it
you?
Through clean.
Yeah, I mean, there's a chance he doesn't survive this weekend. I mean, they're in Seattle. We saw what that Seattle pass rush when the Texans went there.
Oh, and what they did to Brosmer. What they do to not NFL quarterbacks.
Yeah, especially a 44-year-old who hasn't seen contact in 5 years.
Well, hold on. If Phillip Rivers can dodge 27 children, I'm sure that he can.
He's been active.
He's a grandfather, Cam.
Basically.
No, I think he legit is a
Yeah,
grandfather.
he is legit.
He's
a
legit.
grandfather.
His daughter has a child.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. The Methuselah of football.
Cam, the grandfather, is about to start an NFL game tomorrow.
And look at us. What are we doing with our lives?
Yeah.
Well, Johnny Belmer came by at one point just with a bleeping grin on his face. Hey, Brian, how old are you? And I didn't want to answer because I knew he was searching for something. I am, in fact, younger than Phillip Rivers, but it does give me hope that there's still time. I just got to warm up this arm. There's still time.
I will say that Chargers Texans game, out of the remaining games for the Chargers, that one terrifies me the most.
Who are their other games? I know they play the Chiefs Sunday.
They play Kansas City. Then it's a tricky schedule because it's Kansas City, then Dallas, then Houston, then Denver. I'm not really afraid of Kansas City.
That's a daunting run.
Or
there.
Dallas, and I feel like at the last game of the year, if Denver's still winning the division,
I think Denver's
they're going to half-ass it.
Yeah,
but the Texans are right below the Chargers in the wild card.
I don't see any way they lose the Denver game because of what you said. Like, they're the number one seed right now. I guess they could technically. Well, the Patriots, like if the Patriots beat the Bills tomorrow, then the Broncos might have to play last week because the number one seed will probably still be on the line.
The Broncos do have the tiebreaker over
for sure. Like that's not going to change.
Yeah, because I think it's it's common opponents, and they only have like one common opponent. It's the Raiders, and the Broncos beat the Raiders. The Raiders actually beat the Patriots.
Yeah,
in
that's
week
wild.
1.
That's wild.
So they pretty much have the tiebreaker like completely.
It's really weird talking about how New England could be the number one seed in the AFC.
Yeah, like I remember being at a time like kind of the rage of like the Colts got to go from Peyton Manning to Andrew Luck, or what happens with the Packers. They go from Favre to Rodgers to Jordan Love. It kind of feels like the Patriots are kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, they took that quick deep.
They
had a little detour there with Mac Jones and
Cam Newton
and Bailey Zappi and Cam Newton. Yeah.
Brian Hoyer.
Hoyer was in there for a couple starts, but a few years down, and they got their franchise quarterback against the Patriots. Although I don't really fear the Patriots as a Texans fan for a potential playoff matchup, and let's go into that there. So shout out to Sean who pulled this audio, ace producer from the Rich Eisen show.
Yep,
heard 12 to 3 on these airways every Monday through Fridays. So Stephen A. Smith, Sean, was a guest on the Rich Eisen show, and in this clip we're about to play here, Belmer, he was asked by Rich, I guess, who he thought the favorites were in each conference to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He says the Rams from the NFC, and let's hear what he has to say about the AFC.
The AFC is a bit tougher because Denver and New England seem to be the two best teams. I don't think it'll be one of them, though.
Okay.
I'm high on the Texans. I just think their defense is something to behold. With Hunter and Anderson and those boys getting after you, D'Amico Ryan's got them boys on another level. But offensively, do they have enough? That's the question mark, and that's why it's tough right now. But I would tell you, if I had to pick anybody, it would probably be the Houston Texans.
Ooh. Texans versus Rams. What a Super Bowl that would be with Stafford and Puka and Devontae in that run game.
So when I first heard that clip, I was like, okay, Stephen A., he's a victim of the moment, a little bit hyperbolic. And I didn't really think about it, or I kind of dismissed it that is. But the more I thought about it, not that I'm picking them to go to the Super Bowl or saying the Super Bowl or bust, nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think, despite the horrible start they had to the season, the Texans are really looking at maybe their most opportune moment that they've had, maybe in franchise history, certainly in the D'Amico Ryans era. Because in the past 2 years before this season, like we looked at the Texans, like, okay, they're a pretty good team, but they're not going to beat the Ravens. They're not going to beat the Chiefs. Chiefs aren't going to make the playoffs. The Ravens, as of now, would not make the playoffs and are trailing in their division. And so you look at that next group of team, it's the Patriots. Drake May's never started a playoff game. You have Bo Nix, who the Texans should have beaten in their building, about a couple of months ago. It was a 3-point game, but the Texans led most of the way. And then you have the Bills, who the Texans have dominated the last 2 years. Now, granted, those were home games, and they'd probably have to play in Buffalo if they were to rematch the playoffs. But as you're looking at this AFC field, there's not a boogeyman that I fear in the AFC that was an obvious, well, the Texans can't get past them to get to the Super Bowl. The Chiefs aren't going to the playoffs. I don't think the Ravens are going to the playoffs. You've kicked the Bills' ass the last 2 years, and the Patriots and Broncos are kind of newbies that I don't really I mean, the Texans have way more playoff experience than those teams. So I think this is by far the best opportunity they've had in the DeMeco Ryans era, and maybe the best opportunity they've had in their history to reach the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think it has to be in their history. I think it has to be because they don't. I mean, there's not a
maybe
Brady.
2012.
Tom Brady was still in the conference.
Tom Brady was still there. Yeah, I'm just thinking because
they lost to the eventual Super Bowl
they
champions.
were 12-4 that year. That's the only reason I can kind of put that in the conversation.
But they still had to go on the road.
They still had to go on the road and face the Patriots and got their ass kicked.
Yeah. Well, I think that one.
No, that was the ass kick. The one that you're thinking of was close was the Brock Osweiler year.
Yeah. Oh no, the year before they lost to the Ravens. TJ Yates lost to the Ravens.
Yeah. Well, yes, I think if Matt Schaub had stayed healthy, that probably would have been their best opportunity. But everything went out the window. And
wasn't that the year Jacoby Jones returned a punt in the playoff game?
He fumbled the ball at the 3-yard line and gave the Ravens an easy touchdown.
In 2011. And then 2012, he won.
He swapped. Yeah,
he was great for the Ravens.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, just off the top of my, and then all the Bill O'Brien ones, they're 9-7, 10-6.
10. Yeah,
I guess 18 they were better.
18 they were 11-5. Yeah,
but no one really believed in that 18
no.
team. So much so that
Bill
O'Brien was pissed off about it.
Yeah,
I don't know if
they got
that's public knowledge.
in the first round of the playoffs with the Colts. So
yeah, I was at that game. To go full Brian McTaggart, I was at that game. Yeah,
did
right.
Did you stay the whole time?
Yeah.
Okay, shout out to you because I think that game was 21-7, but it felt like 42-7.
It was 21-0 at the start.
Yeah,
for the first 3 quarters, it was 21-0.
Yeah, and they got it. Yeah, I like if you just looked at that game like
it might
years removed, it doesn't look like a blowout, but that was a beat.
Yeah, I think it ended 21-14. I think
they
got a very cosmetic.
Either way, like it was definitely not as close, regardless if it was 21-7 or 21-14. Yeah. It definitely wasn't as close as the score might indicate.
But yeah, I mean, getting back to going away from the the glorious past of Texans postseason football back to the present. I mean, there isn't that team in this playoffs.
Yeah, I just don't fear anybody.
No, and I do wonder if you're doing the show in Denver or New England. Are you saying that you don't fear anybody?
Probably
talking about the
you're probably talking about the Texans offense. Like we don't fear those guys.
Yeah, like if Andy Reid doesn't challenge or doesn't go for it on 4th down on the wrong side of the ball, there, like the Texans were not going to score for the rest of the game. They're gonna
probably not.
They need the Chiefs needed one drive to win that game, and they should have punted and just leaned on their defense to get better field position. They go for it, don't get it because they're going into the teeth of the best part of this Texans team, one of the best units in football right now, and that's how they lose that game. And so, like, even the Texans wins, if you want to like neg it, you're like, well, look at that offense. Negative yardage in the 3rd quarter. Look at the yardage in the second half against the Bills. Like, there's a lot of holes you can poke in this Texans team. It just goes back to the fact they have one of the best units in football. They have one of the best defenses in football, and you can't say that about either side of the ball for the Patriots. You can maybe say that the Broncos defense is of the similar caliber.
And so is their offense, a similar caliber to the Texans.
Yeah. And so you look around the AFC, there's not that team that has like a dominant side of the ball the way that the Texans do.
Cam?
Are you asking me if I'm afraid of anybody?
Well, I really look at this as like sometimes the stars just align for teams where like a player gets hurt or a team has a random down year. And this looks like that year for the Texans. Again, not predicting to happen, not saying it's Super Bowl or bust, but Chiefs aren't going to make the playoffs. The Ravens aren't going to make the playoffs, I think. The Patriots and the Broncos are still kind of noobs. You have more experience than them. Like, and you've kicked the Bills' ass twice the last 2 times you played them. So I just, like, this feels like I don't want to say if they're ever going to reach the Super Bowl, things will obviously continue to evolve and change in years future. But this feels like, start of the franchise to date, the best opportunity they've ever had to make the Super Bowl.
I would probably agree with that. And despite the fact that the offense is so below mid, it's like all those top AFC teams, I guess you could argue that Denver's defense is elite, but it's just like none of those offenses scare me either. So I know how bad the Texans offense can be.
I think that's both because those offenses are inconsistent and because just the Texans defense is going to make good offenses look bad.
Yeah, because like the Patriots, Drake May's done really well, but they have no run game. And Denver, has a solid run game, but Bo Nix seems to have taken a step back.
And they don't have a lot of weapons. I mean, Cortland Sutton's been so-so, and then, like, what else do you fear?
Yeah.
I mean,
Marvin Mims. I mean,
Pat Bryant's
no.
out.
And J.K. Dobbins isn't doing what he did.
He's out for the year.
Yeah, so
he's out for the year.
The fact I had
Troy
to say
Franklin, I guess.
Pat Franklin's out, or Pat Bryant's out.
Pat Bryant
Speaks to the level of weapons that we have.
Yeah, like two weeks ago, if you had said, who does Pat Bryant for? I would assume you're making that up. Like,
Illinois.
Power forward for the Sixers? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we got to get out a little bit over here. On the other side of the break, we'll maybe break down some more Texans and get into some NFL conversations as well. Coming up at 1 o'clock on the show, we're going to have Brad Gilmore, one half of Hall of Fame, heard on these airwaves Tuesdays and Wednesday nights. He's also the play-by-play voice of Reality Wrestling, Booker T's promotion out there in Texas City, because John Cena's final match, Cam and John, I know you're excited to watch this tonight. John Cena's final match is tonight, so Brad Gilmore is going to join us to talk about that and everything else going on in WWE at 1 o'clock, and of course, 1:30, Mount Rushmore plus one. On the side of the break, though, when we get back, more NFL and Texans. Don't go anywhere.
This is the Bullpen
on ESPN 97.5 and the ESPN Houston app.
Live from the Huntington Bank Studios, here are the producers of ESPN 97.5.
All right, welcome back into the Bullpen. Brian McDonald, Cam Smith, Sean Mapes, and John Belmer with you here until 2 o'clock. Reminder, 1 o'clock, Brad Gilmore from Reality of Wrestling and Hall of Fame, one half of that show with Booker T, will join us to talk about John Cena's final match tonight on Saturday night's main event, taking on Gunther in the main event of that card. Mount Rushmore plus one coming up at 1:30, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And if you want to join in the conversation, talking Texans later, we'll get into the Rockets and the Astros, some NFL topics as well. Hit us up on the HRMP listener line phone. You can either call or text 713-780-3776. So I don't think there's much to break down with Texans-Cardinals this weekend, because I think we all expect them to probably win by 10 plus, maybe even by yeah, exactly. Jonathan Gannon, that bum, he's gonna be out of a job. But like, I'm trying to think of a single thing with the Cardinals where I'm like, well, if that, then like, but I can't, like, I mean, Jacoby Brissett's completed a lot of passes. Michael Wilson, when not Larry Fitzgerald, when Marvin Harrison Jr. Yeah,
Steve
exactly.
Preston?
Yeah, David Boston.
Yeah.
When Marvin Harrison Jr. is out, then
Michael Floyd,
he's turns into Jerry Rice. Yes, exactly. Let's just name all Christian Kirk. Let's just name all the former receivers for the Cardinals. But like, they have nothing at running back. Trey Benson's not back yet. Obviously, James Conner's out for the year. Marvin Harrison's out. Trey McBride is legit great, but it's like, okay, one guy. And I don't fear the defense. Like, I'm trying to think of a single compelling thing on the Cardinals side of this game to even remotely get myself worked up about, but I can't think of anything, Sean.
It will probably be close because of the Texans' offense. And so it won't be like a 3-score game.
Yes.
It will probably be
I think they win like by 13.
Yeah, it'll probably be 13-3 for most of this game.
Yeah, probably.
And then there'll be like a turnover that sets up a short field. But yeah, I mean, I can't think of a compelling reason why. I mean, I guess they can move the ball decently well.
It's just Trey McBride.
But,
I mean, Michael Wilson has been great whenever Marv has been out.
But it also feels like that happens exclusively in garbage time. Like they go down
Mostly.
3 scores,
Yeah,
and
like
then they start being able to move the ball.
Yeah, that game that Jacoby Brissett threw for like 400 yards and like set the record for completions. They lost that game by like 20.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know about. I mean, are you with us, Cam? Like, there's just the Cardinals feel like one of the most boring teams in football.
I guess what I'm saying is I don't see how it's like a complete blowout because that involves like participation from the offense to do that.
But I mean, like you said, short fields could be that.
Yeah, the Texans will likely be in relative control of this game throughout.
Does it feel like it's maybe a copy and paste of the Titans home game, or it's like close for a while and all of a sudden the avalanche happens and you look up and it's 26-0?
They are of that level, so yes.
Yeah.
The Cardinals are of Titans level. Actually, they lost to the Titans.
The Titans won in Arizona.
Yeah. So,
you remember the hilarity of that game where the Cardinals intercepted a pass and then fumbled it back to the Titans who scored?
Wasn't that also the DeMarcado game?
I think so.
Because there's like 3 different ways.
It was the DeMarcado game also where you got
3 different ways where they fumbled and like scored but didn't score.
Oh, it was hilarious. So I think we all assume Kyler Murray is gone, right? Like there's no way he's back with the Cardinals next year. What Cam, like if you're it sounds like you're shaking your head for Kyler Murray's better go learn to play baseball again. But like,
or Call of Duty.
I think he already knows how to play that.
Not true.
Like where do you expect him to end up next year, Cam? Any teams leap out to you?
Oof. Man, that's
I mean,
a good
there's
one.
going to be teams out there like the Jets. Maybe the Steelers. They're going to have a new quarterback.
Yeah, Houston Gamblers.
Like anything jump out to you? Like I mean, I think Minnesota might need one because I don't trust 9. And I'd be interested to see. Don't look shocked at me, Sean. 9 is
he looked
is
pretty good last week.
Okay.
How stupid does Minnesota have to look? The fact that how well Darnold played, and then they said goodbye, and now he's killing it in Seattle.
And
they're stuck with JJ McCarthy.
9.
Yeah.
The best persona in all of the National Football League.
I don't think Minnesota is going to go after Murray, but I definitely think Steelers and Jets are.
I just would be intrigued because while I don't believe in Kyler currently, I still think there's a base layer of supreme talent. That a guy like Kevin O'Connell, if he could unlock it, like that feels like
he's not complete.
Well, I mean, he did it with Darnold, so yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not complete. Like we're good here. Throw him in the trash. Like backup for life.
Like Justin Fields. Like, it's like Justin Fields. I'm done.
But
you're done.
I mean, Justin Fields got to be a starter for 3 different teams.
Bears, Jets, and Steelers. Yeah.
Yeah. So Kyler Murray's still on 1. So he's gonna bounce. I feel like he's gonna get another shot here or there. So I mean, have we mentioned the Raiders?
No, but that would make sense. I mean,
he just feels like a Raiders.
They're in year 1 of that Geno contract, but I assume they can get out of it.
Yeah, he just feels like a Raidersy type of player. Maybe it's
I don't even
Saints.
know if that might be a different head coach making that decision. If I'm the Raiders, I'm moving on from everybody.
Has Shuck played too well for the Saints to be? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think they're going to run back Shuck, maybe draft a guy in the 3rd round and go from there.
Didn't they just do that with Shuck?
I know, but Shuck has been good enough to give more of a look to, but not so good that I'm not still making moves to consider other options.
He might be their Davis Mills.
Yeah, could be.
Is Davis Mills gone?
No, well, he's under contract. So.
Yeah, so they would have to trade him. And if I'm the Texans, I'm like why am I trading?
Yeah, and unless I'm getting a 3rd round pick back, he's still on the roster.
Oof, that'd be a stretch. But that would be
I
nice.
agree. Like I'm not saying he's worth that. I'm just saying. for me, like if I'm Nick Caserio, it's not worth me losing a competent backup quarterback unless I'm getting a third or better.
And so that means someone is trading for Davis Mills to make them their starter. And
Which feels unlikely.
I feel like he's he's the best, one of the best backup quarterbacks in the league, but
Yeah, I
pretty
think that's
definitively not a
top
starter.
40 quarterback in the world.
Yeah. I was gonna say he's like, I don't know, 36, but then I thought like, well, there's actually like, I don't know, 5 starting quarterbacks that are worse than him.
I like him better than 9. I like him better than Fields. I like him better than Tyrod Taylor.
I need to see more from 9.
No,
Not ready
Oh,
to give
there-
it.
that's another team.
Who's that?
The Giants.
Well, I mean, Jackson Dart's going to be the guy.
Yeah.
They're not
but
bringing
is
in a starter.
he?
No, I'm with you. Like I think I'm lower on Jackson Dart than the popular opinion. Like I mean, beyond the injuries, like it feels like, yes, the injuries are a concern, but beyond that, it feels like sometimes that's the only thing he has to go to. Like we saw what happened for Wan'Dale Robinson when Jameis Winston come in. Also, all the production just drops off the face of the earth because Dart. I don't know. I just don't believe in him.
He'll get a year 2 though.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
obviously, yeah. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but I think they could be looking for a quarterback in 2027. But that's kind of where I am with the Giants.
The
But
Browns.
Sorry,
The Browns.
no, I can't see Kyler there. All that would fit their dysfunction.
Yeah, I would just draft someone if I'm the Browns. But
Yeah, maybe in the third
Another
or fifth
one?
round. Yeah, draft
Draft
a third
another
round
one?
quarterback, a fifth round
Yeah.
quarterback.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a buffet.
I think so. I think that.
Yeah.
I mean that would work.
I think they run it back with
Watson.
Watson plus the two current rookies, Shador.
You know,
and
the
Dylan
funny thing
Gabriel.
is Phillip Rivers has a higher a rating on Madden than Deshaun Watson.
Well,
Is he
Phillip
really?
Rivers is
Yeah.
70.
He's
so
a
what is-
70.
So what is Watson?
Less than a 70.
Okay, I thought you had the number. I thought you
I
had
do.
the
I
number.
do not.
Oh,
Stop it. Stop
damn.
it.
Mute his mic, John.
I'm gonna
Mute his
put
I
mic.
will.
I'm gonna put you in timeout.
Yeah.
That was just
No, just completely fade him down. He's in timeout for 2 minutes.
I told all my students.
complete lob.
Thank
No.
you,
Calm
John.
down.
No one
No.
can hear you, Sean. Turn off his mic
I
permanently.
had to not threaten my students, but I had to get firm with them and tell them if I hear somebody else shout 6-7 in the classroom, there's going to be consequences.
Were you prepared to follow up with that threat?
I have.
Oh, you have. Okay.
You
Is it-
lost points. You lost points. No free time. I'm so tired of it.
How many points do they lose?
5.
I don't even know what that
Can
means.
people hear my voice?
Points?
I thought you were going to
Yeah,
say
people hear your voice.
6.7.
Okay. What does no free time mean?
They
Don't have free time. I know.
we can't technically call it timeout,
Oh, okay.
so I sit them out during their free time for a
Okay.
lengthy period of time.
okay.
I see.
Okay.
I
Penalty
see.
box. Got it.
You penalty box them? Okay. See, I think you're going about this the wrong way, Cam. I think in order to get your kids to stop doing the 6-7
Don't
thing,
react.
no, I'd go a different direction. I would play right into it. I think the only way to get them to stop doing it is to make them think it's no longer cool, which is to
Hey,
hey, no disrespect. I'm older than you. I fit into this bill. But as a man in your 30s, if you go out and do it over the top, do it extreme, just like make it extremely goofy and corny as much as you can, I think that saps the fun out of it.
I
Now
could.
it won't right away, but over a couple of weeks, I think you'll wear them down.
I mean that I might try that, but
I think he's at wit's end, Sean.
He does.
He seems like a man at the end of his rope.
I can't tell you how fed up I am of those two numbers. Like I don't even want to say it. Like I don't even want to say the numbers.
You don't. What numbers, Cam?
The one after 5.
But specifically,
And
what
before
number
8.
is that? We're not going to go to break until you say it, Cam.
7.
All right, we'll go to break. Thank you, Cam, for sort of being a sport there. All right, well, on the other side of the break, we never got into the NFL stuff we had planned, but maybe we'll talk that or Rockets or Astros. We'll figure it out during the break. And,
Deshaun Watson's actual Madden rating is 69.
I mean, that seems perfect.
Wow.
Anyway,
That was-
that's a very, very nice rating.
Yeah, I mean,
I felt like the Madden creators did that on purpose, right?
yes,
Yeah.
Had to.
had to.
Had to.
Had to.
That's on purpose. All right. Well done, EA. You do a lot of stuff that annoys me, but tip of the hat on that one. Bullpen returns in a couple minutes. ESPN Radio 97.5.
This is the Bullpen.
On ESPN 97.5 and the ESPN Houston app.
Live from the Huntington Bank Studios, here are the producers of ESPN 97.5.
All right, welcome back into the Bullpen, ESPN Radio 97.5, and on the HD2 channel that I don't remember. Anyone else remember it? I don't. This is very unprofessional.
97.9?
That sounds right.
The BOX.
Isn't that the box, though?
Yeah, but on HD.
On HD, it's not.
Okay, all right. I don't know. Yeah, I probably should have asked this to you guys during the break so I could promote it.
And then I give the answer, and you're like, isn't that wrong? No.
Is this the Mad Hatter Morning Show?
I don't know what the answer is. It's this. No, I don't think so.
I could do that more. I think that's it's a good way to have a conversation.
Yeah, do that to your wife.
Ask someone for the answer, and then when they tell you, like, nah, you're not right.
Your wife is gonna love
you.
you.
My wife is in particular will love it. I'll try that out and let you guys know. All right, welcome back into the Bullpen. Again, ESPN Radio 97.5, and I already forgot what the HD channel is. It doesn't
97.9.
No one knows. There's no way to know. There's no way to know. If you want to join in the conversation, give us a call or text on the HRMP listener line, 713-780-3776. Again, 1 o'clock, we'll talk to Brad Gilmore from Reality Wrestling and the show here on 97.5 with Booker T, the Hall of Fame. John Cena's last match is tonight, 1:30 Mount Rushmore +1. But Sean, Rockets playing good ball.
Yes, Rockets playing good ball when they actually are playing it. It
took like a weird 4 or 5 days off.
Yeah,
before the game on Thursday.
Yeah, they've played like what?
It was Saturday when we were at LaBerge, and then they didn't play again until the following Thursday.
Yeah, so it's a little bit funky of a schedule for a lot of teams because the NBA Cup, they had to leave some dates open in case you make it to the NBA. And if you don't make it, well, you kind of only just play one game over a long stretch. And
yeah, it's kind of like a mini All-Star break.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a mini break. And that is not unique for most teams in the league. But what is unique is just the amount of games that the Rockets have played. They've now played 22 games so far this season. You look around the West especially, and you have teams like the Thunder that are at 25 games, 24-1. Very easy math. You have the
I'm proud of you there.
You have the Nuggets with 24. So you have a lot of teams that have played a lot more game, or healthy more amount of games than the Rockets, and that really speaks to the fact that Rockets have gotten a pretty easy schedule just as far as the load management goes for this team. They've only had 2 back-to-backs so far in this season. They'll have, I think, more back-to-backs in the month of June or in the month of January than they have so far this season, the first 25 games of their season. So,
and they've lost both.
Yes, they've lost both. Is that something that is concerning, that like, hey, this is the schedule, maybe not just in as far as who they're playing, but just the like grind of the schedule is going to be harder in 2026 than it has been so far this season, Cam?
Yes.
That worries you.
It does. Yeah.
The upcoming schedule worries me
a little bit, because we've seen a little bit of an injury, but well, I mean, I guess a lot of them are just like sick.
Yeah,
sick and family reasons.
Alpy was sick. Durant had personal reasons. Yeah.
But still,
But like Tari Eason got hurt. Steven Adams doesn't play back-to-backs. When Tari Eason comes back, he probably won't play back-to-backs. We'll see if Durant, because Durant played both sides of the back-to-backs, but we talked about how much time they've had off in between these games. And you also add the fact in the Utah back-to-back, they didn't have to travel, and he had missed the previous about a week due to personal reasons.
I don't think it's like the fact that they're going to have to play more games. It's the fact that teams they're playing are going to play less, so they're going to be more rested.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
Yeah, to me, it is like the fact that it's like at the cost of what other teams are doing.
Yeah, I like looking at the upcoming schedule. Like, I mean, it's going to get tough even before we get to January. Like, you look at this upcoming schedule.
Yeah,
they have Nuggets 2 of the next 3 games. You got to go to the Clippers. That could be a tough game on the road.
Yeah,
at the Lakers, Cavaliers, like to close out the month. I mean, that's or actually no, sorry, Pacers to close out the month. But that's a pretty tough schedule even before you get to January. But I'm not so much worried about they're going to have to play the extra games. It's more just because that I'm worried about the increased amount of back-to-backs because of the makeup of this roster. Like Kevin Durant, like you said, has played the back-to-back so far, but he's 37. Like, I don't expect that to continue for the rest of the season. Steve Adams doesn't play back-to-backs. Tari Eason, as you said, probably won't, hasn't in the past played on back-to-backs. You have a veteran roster, other than, like, Amen Thompson, I feel like could run for days. Alpe's still young. Like, you do have some young legs on the team, but you have a veteran roster that I would expect to maybe have some load management concerns on these second nights of back-to-backs. Not that it would be anything close to keeping out of the playoffs, but maybe it takes you from a 2 seed to a 3 seed, something like that. I mean, that it's a little bit of a concern. I don't think it kills them, but it's going to be something they'll have to monitor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, I was going to say, so your point of the schedule, just finishing out December, it's 7 games in 10 days. So, like, it's a lot of games.
Yeah,
within
they
a week
play
and a
back
half.
to back, and then they just go every other day for the rest of the month. And so that's something where, again, this part of the schedule has been extreme. But even earlier in the season, they would just play on a Thursday and not play again until Monday, which is very rare in the NBA that you just get a full weekend where you don't play. Normally, it's Fridays and Sundays is about when you play. They would get more time off, and they're going to have a lot less. And yeah, I don't think that it's a big deal as far as like, oh, they're going to, Indianapolis Colts this thing and just fall like a rock out of the playoffs, because they do have, you look at the standings, there's a pretty clear line around like the 6 or 7 seed where I caught that was completely on accident.
Was it? Do you believe him? I don't think Belmer. Well, Belmer's not paying attention. That's all right.
But
I wouldn't either when you hit the 6-7.
But there really isn't a way that they finish like in the play-in tournament without like severe injuries racking up. So it is mostly a seeding thing, but I think seeding really matters in the West, because guess who you don't want to play? The 24-1 Oklahoma City Thunder.
You want to avoid the 4 seed.
Yes,
yeah, you have to. You're not going to catch them for the 1 seed, but you have to stay in that 2-3 window.
Yes.
You cannot play the Thunder in the second round.
Yes.
That's what you got to avoid.
And so that's where, especially in direct contrast to like a team like the Lakers, who have played 24 games to your 22, and you just caught up, and the Lakers have played. Oh, they lost their extra NBA Cup game, but they've played more. It's like more staggered how much the Lakers have played in relation to you. So I think that's something that's really just about seeding that plays a factor, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, right now, like you mentioned, the line there for either not having to play in the play-in or play in the
6,
play-in.
7, yeah.
I was avoiding that. Thank you, Sean. But right now, the 7 seed is the Suns at 14 and 11. Now, I mean, that's not that far back in the standings from the Rockets. It's only 3.5 games. Obviously, that'll stretch out over the course of the season. But I just don't fear the Suns. I don't have any fear that the Suns could catch the Rockets and then, put them in a tough spot. So there's zero fear for me that this difficult schedule, the back-to-backs, would ever push them to probably even the 5 seed. Like, I couldn't even see them falling to the 6, much less any spot after that. Notice how I didn't say the number. But really, the important thing is it's like you said, staying in that 2-3 window. You don't want to be the 4 or the 5, and not only have a tougher first round matchup, but then win that matchup and get the reward of playing against the Thunder, who've lost 1 game all year. Yep. Even though the Rockets arguably should have beat them in the opening night of the year.
Yeah, and 2 of your next 3 are going to be against the Nuggets.
It feels like they could be important with tiebreakers.
Yeah, and they're both in Denver. You go at Nuggets to at Pelicans to at Nuggets. It's a weird way of doing it.
Like they just gave the Rockets a couple of weeks ago back-to-back nights in Utah. Why would you send them to Denver, then send them all the way past Houston to New Orleans just to go back to Denver again?
Yeah. Well,
it makes no sense.
That part's stupid, but I guess it does make sense because their next 3 games are all in California.
Yeah, they go into West Coast. So
we'll just go to New Orleans first, then play back-to-back nights in Denver, and then go out to the West Coast.
Yeah, it is a Monday, Thursday, Saturday, so it's not like killing you with the travel, but it is something where they start.
It's weird.
They go West Coast, then they come back east of Houston,
and
then they go back to where they started, and then go 2-week-long West Coast swing.
Yeah, I like what the NBA has done post-COVID, where they scheduled some of those back-to-backs with the same team
Yeah.
in the same city. I think it makes a lot of sense. It eases some of the travel, especially for the veterans. But yeah, that part of the schedule with Denver to New Orleans, then back to Denver is a bit weird. All right, other side of the break, we're getting into some Astros conversations. Will they ever do anything other than guys we've barely heard of being added to the roster? That when the bullpen returns on ESPN Radio 97.5.
This is the Bullpen.
On ESPN 97.5 and the ESPN Houston app.
Live from the Huntington Bank Studios, here are the producers of ESPN 97.5.
All right, welcome back into the Bullpen. We're going to talk Astros here. Brian McDonald, Cam Smith, and Sean Mapes here with you. Johnny Belmer behind the glass. Next segment, Brad Gilmore, one half of the Hall of Fame with Booker T, will join us. He's also the voice of reality wrestling because John Cena's final match. I know Belmer was telling me about his watch party during the break. He's got big plans for tonight.
We do not care.
Okay,
John
that
Cena.
feels like that was unnecessarily aggressive, John. Here I am talking about the biggest night in sports entertainment, and Belmer's over here hating. I mean, Sean, you're having a watch party, right? Are you and Belmer combining watch parties? or just separate?
Yeah. Belmer's actually invited me over to his place to watch it.
All right.
It would have been nice to know
That's
that.
cute.
Where was my John, you live like 2 minutes away from me. Where was my invite?
The party doesn't start at 10 a.m., B-Mac.
It's true. I'm just talking about my invite.
It will be late. It will be a late night.
Oh, no, that's directed at the wrong person. There's one person in our Dynasty League that is referred to as Gramps, and it's not me. Okay? So
that is true.
We play late plenty of times. All right, let's talk. No one knows what we're talking about. Let's talk about the Astros. No one knows what the Astros doing because they're not really doing anything. So far, only moves they've made, they traded for somebody named Ryan Weiss.
Stupid.
Okay.
Love it. A plus move.
Pitcher out of the Korean Baseball League organization, whatever. They also traded Mauricio Dubon for someone who's somehow even a worse hitter, and as Jeremy Branham calls him, Nick the Stick Allen. I thought it was impossible. Like, I was fine with trading Mauricio Dubon because he's a $5 million player who can't hit, but you somehow traded him away. Okay, fine, you saved the money, but you traded him away for, like, literally the worst offensive player in baseball, a guy that makes Martin Maldonado look competent. I don't know if you've seen these numbers, Cam.
Oh, I have.
No, he was literally a worse hitter last year than Martin Maldonado.
So in 4 seasons, Nick Allen's played, his career numbers, .213 average, sub 300 on base and sub 300 slug, an OPS plus of 55. By comparison, John Singleton, that monster of offensive production, he hit .218, so 5 points better. His on base was 306, slugging 356, and an OPS plus of 87. 32 points better than Nick the Stick Allen. So this is all the Astros have done. They've gotten worse 3 years in a row. You know, they won the World. Actually, I guess 4 years in a row. They won the World Series, eliminating the ALCS, eliminated in the wild card round, missing the playoffs. They've gone down 4 straight years now, or 3 straight seasons. Sorry, they've gone down 3 straight seasons. And to this point, look, I know baseball's offseason is different. It's not like the NBA or NFL where all the signings happen in 3 days and it's over. Baseball drags their feet for whatever reason with these. But they are looking at a roster that has produced worse results 3 seasons in a row. And all they've done to this point is sign 2 players I had never heard of until the Astros signed them. Actually, one was a trade, but they've acquired 2 players that I've never heard of.
And then you see Baltimore go get Pete Alonso for only $155 million.
Yeah, I mean, Blue Jays had Dylan Cease. Now once I saw the number for Dylan Cease, I wasn't like wringing my hands over the Astros should have done that because I'm not paying a 30-year-old pitcher $7 million $210. But I mean, there is the argument that's just the price of doing business if you want to compete at that level. But I look at this Astros roster, and while if the offense is healthy, I think they have a good offense. But you can't really say. You can't write that in ink with guys like Altuve and Jake Myers and Yordan Alvarez who have long injury histories. Isaac Paredes obviously coming off of something. Christian Walker's on the wrong side, 30. Like, sure, on paper, if healthy, I think this is a pretty good offense. But like, how could you ever just take that to the bank and think this is like a guarantee to happen? And then you look at the starting pitcher side. My God, like Hunter Brown, great. Top 3 in Cy Young. He's one of the best pitchers, not just the American League, all of baseball. Maybe even the best pitcher in the American League once Skubal ends up getting traded to the Dodgers, because that seems like what the Dodgers do every single time. But you look at that rest of that starting rotation after that. You got Christian Javier. This is projected from Fangraphs. Christian Javier, Lance McCullers, Jason Alexander, the newly acquired Ryan Weiss, and then you got guys like Arrighetti, Colton Gordon, AJ Blueball, who would make out, 6, 7, 8 spots and possibly fill in when there's injuries. Like, I threw in the 8. That doesn't count. If I go past it, it doesn't count. But you look at that rotation, and after you get past a possible Cy Young Award winner, you're looking at a bunch of like 4 and 5 starters and guys that I could see the talent with Arrighetti. I could see what once was with Christian Javier and Lance McCullers, but I have no reason to expect any of these guys to produce big results.
Yeah, no, and especially because all the reporting is that they're going to use either Jake Myers or Isaac Paredes to get a starting pitcher. So
I'll
it's
believe
like,
it when I see it.
Yeah, it's a little bit of you're taking like one part they were already like, okay, this is fine, and you're like, but we're trading that to get
Yeah,
better,
exactly.
and you're like, okay, I can see how that makes sense. I can see how after this season, Jake Myers will be a free agent, and I'm not particularly interested in paying Jake Myers' next contract. And
no,
yeah,
definitely not.
and it's like, yes, it makes sense how you can use that to then get a starting pitcher. Okay, sounds good. One question: who's starting at center field now? And it turns into, well, Zach Cole was really good for 15 games.
You know what the Astros roster management seems like at this time? It's like there's 3 or 4 holes on the side of a ship, right? They're all letting water and you're sinking, and they're like, I got this. They plug up one, like, well, okay, what about this other one? Don't worry. They unplug the one they just plugged, and then they just move it over to a different one. Like, the ship is still going to sink.
A hole's a hole.
Yeah.
Quote Cam Smith. Right? We need to save that, Johnny. A hole's a hole. But I have no faith right now. I mean, maybe the Astros surprise us and go out and sign Ranger Suarez. Like, I mean, I'm not saying it's completely impossible. Jim Crane does sometimes suddenly get spurred into making a big splash like what we saw with Josh Hader a couple years ago.
Yeah.
But on the whole, like, it just feels like this team is salary capping themselves with the luxury tax and never really willing to compete at the level like teams like the Mets and the Dodgers do. And you're kind of gonna be stuck in that second tier that really, like, if you're not bailed out by a farm system, which isn't all that great, like, where's it coming from?
Yeah, and there is an element of like, hey, they're outstandingly hurt last year. If they're less hurt, then like they can just improve from within. But you are losing Framber Valdez out of that, and that is less so about the consistency of his performance, but it's more just about he was 100-something innings every year. He was like over 150 easily.
Oh
innings.
yeah, he's been the guy that's
fifth most innings
been
since
like
21,
180 plus pretty much every year.
And it's just like the simple fact of just like, well, you need to replace that somehow, and so that's where it's like, I mean, coming into this offseason, and I guess still, even despite the Ryan Weiss signing, I was like, yeah, you kind of need to bring in at least 2 starting pitchers. One can be another 4 or 5 kind of guy, but one guy has to be a 2 or a 3. Like, and you have to be able to talk me into, if it is a 3, I mean, I'll just mentally bump him up to a 2 once he gets to the Astros, because that's how that's kind of how they do it. And it's like, okay, Christian Javier is a 3, and then the rest of the rotation kind of makes sense. But so far they haven't done that, and it seems like the only way they will do that is to trade Jake Myers to do that. Which again, I'm not hugely against. It is just then, all right, now center field. What are we doing here? So there's a little bit of they're just filling holes while creating new ones, like you said in your beautiful analogy.
Oh,
that led
the best analogy. I have the best analogy.
Cam to say a hole is a hole on air.
I mean,
it's a beautiful moment here on ESPN Radio.
But yeah, I mean,
Sam, please post that whole conversation on social.
Please don't.
Do it.
Post the 6-7 one better. That was better. But I mean, I really wish the MLB offseason was like every other offseason.
I don't know how you fix it.
Or just somewhere in the middle. Somewhere in the middle would be fine. It's just
NFL offseason, like all the important signings are done in 3 days. NBA pretty much, maybe NBA stretches to a week, but like baseball offseason started a month ago. And we barely had anything done. Like Pete Alonso signed and Dylan Cease signed. But Bregman's still out there. Tucker's still out there.
Bring Tucker
Frommer's
back.
still out there. They won't do that. That'll never happen in a million years. But yeah, I hate how much it drags out. It's insane.
I would just like somewhere in the middle. I would like for
Can we wrap it up by Christmas?
Doesn't seem like it's too much. I was gonna say, like, get a lot of work done during the winter meetings, and then some cleanup afterwards for the next week or 2 afterwards, and be done by Christmas. This whole MLB free agency doesn't really start until New Year's. It's like, oh my god,
it doesn't really start sometimes until February. I mean, especially if you're a Boris guy. Remember that offseason a few years ago where Jordan Montgomery and Blake Snell and Matt Chapman, they all didn't sign until like after spring training had already started.
Yeah.
Like, it just think about that from like an NFL NBA lens. Like that it's insane.
Just like
they're halfway through preseason games in the NFL and you're just signing a guy. It's insane.
It's so ridiculous. I mean, it would be like bringing in a quarterback like with 4 games left in the season. And
Like Phillip Rivers.
And he hasn't played in 5 years.
Perfect.
It'd be doing something absurd like that.
Can Phillip Rivers be the number 2 pitcher for the Houston Astros? 713-780-3776.
He had to have played baseball growing up.
Yeah, I mean, that release, I mean, he's got to throw gas. I feel
Now,
pretty
that was
confident
30 years ago that he was in high school, but I'm sure he played high school
He
baseball.
is, again, it bears repeating. He is literally a grandpa who's about to start an NFL game.
Love it.
That's what we're about to see tomorrow.
He has to be the last, or the... No, was Brett Favre a grandfather?
Went at the end? I don't know.
At the end?
I don't know. I'd have to look that up. I don't know how to do that research, honestly.
I mean, yeah.
I guess I could just Google.
Look up his
I-
children.
Yeah, it feels a little dirty. Like looking up birth dates of his grandchildren.
I'm sure it was in the newspapers.
Yeah, maybe so. You think they put an announcement out there or something?
In Green Bay, Wisconsin?
Yeah, they probably did. They probably led the 5 o'clock news with it, too.
Get rid-
That's for sure. All right, we got to get out because we got to make room for Brad Gilmore. One half of the Hall of Fame heard Tuesdays and Wednesday nights here. Well, alongside Booker T, the WWE Hall of Famer, multiple-time WWE Hall of Famer, the 6-time world champion.
6-time.
6-time. Brad Gilmore joins us next. Going to talk about John Cena's final match tonight on Saturday night's main event, and a whole lot more going on with the WWE, and a big card coming up for them here a week from today, Sub-Zero, their 20th anniversary show. We'll talk about all that and more when Brad Gilmore, when the ESPN Radio returns. Bullpen, don't go anywhere.
This is the Bullpen.
On ESPN 97.5 and the ESPN Houston app.
Live from the Huntington Bank Studios, here are the producers of ESPN 97.5.
Well done, Johnny Belmer, with the intro music of John Cena coming back into break because, as I teased, as I've said, and as you all know, if you're WWE fans, John Cena's final match on Saturday night's main event is tonight. He'll be facing Gunther, a former world champion. This is the Bullpen, ESPN Radio 97.5 and 92. Oh, not 92.5 anymore. It's the first time I slipped. Only 97.5. Brian McDonald, Cam Smith, John Belmer behind the glass, Sean Mapes with you here until 2 o'clock. And we're joined right now by one half of the Hall of Fame, which you can hear Tuesday and Wednesday nights alongside the two-time WWE Hall of Famer Booker T. And Brad is also the voice of Reality Wrestling, which will celebrate its 20-year anniversary with an event on a week from today, Saturday, December 20th in Texas City at the Walker Texas Lawyer Arena, bell time 7 p.m. And that card will include the WWE ID Championship match between Cappuccino Jones and Edge Stone, a big card. There's also a watch party going on tonight out at Pitch 25 in Edo that we're going to ask Brad about. But welcome to the show, Brad Gilmore, The Boat. How you doing?
B-Mac, it's good to join you, man. This is the day. This is a crazy day. I never thought that I would see the end of John Cena's career. This reminds me, I was telling to Booker earlier, this reminds me of when Kobe went out, when it went for his last game. I remember watching it. I remember being sad. I remember I'm all kinds of emotions. It's the same thing for John Cena to me, to see that whole career come to an end tonight. Yeah,
I think a lot of us will be going through that tonight when we're watching that match. Before we go into that match itself, are you going to be out at the watch party? It's pretty cool. It looks like Apollo Media is putting on the watch party at Pitch 25 in Edo, and a lot of the reality wrestling stars will be out there. The daughter of the late, great Eddie Guerrero will be out there. Are you going to be in attendance as well?
I will be here, there, and everywhere. I'm always available when I'm available.
That makes, you are a busy man. You got a lot going on. So let's talk about.
Always expect the unexpected, yeah.
Oh, you're going to have a cup of coffee in the big time. Oh, yeah. All right, so the match tonight against Gunther. Gunther wins the tournament to get the rights to face Cena and retire Cena. And that was the Vegas betting favorite before that tournament even began, so I think we all kind of expected it. I like the choice of Gunther as the final opponent, although you can maybe argue he doesn't need it. He has 2 world championship runs in the last year. What do you think of the choice of Gunther? Was that the right choice?
You know what, Gunther, this has become 2025. 2025 has been the year of Gunther retiring legends at Saturday Night's main event. Kind of strange. I think that him as a final opponent for Cena is a fine choice. What's interesting, B-Mac, is I had this pitch that I did on the Hall of Fame where I said the perfect person to have John Cena's last match would be to help pass the torch to the next generation, and it would be Oba Femi. That was going to be my pick. And you know what? It's interesting that Oba is going to get that match against Cody tonight on the Cena card. But nevertheless, Gunther is one of the absolute best there is in the entire world, in any company. And if you want someone believable, if you want someone who brings authenticity, who's going to be that strong heel that's going to put John Cena and John Cena's career in danger throughout the entirety of the match, that's going to be Gunther. It's going to harken back to kind of Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker from WrestleMania 30, where, we know this could be the end, or maybe even a better example is Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair from WrestleMania 24, right? We know that this could be it. This is it for John Cena, and every near fall that's going to happen is going to be something like you've never seen before. We've never seen 17, and I don't think we're ever going to see a match like Gunther and John Cena. Perfect opponent for the final dance of one of the absolute greatest of all time.
Hey, Brad, casual wrestling fan Sean Mapes here to ask a very casual question, and you touched on it in how Gunther has been retiring legends in 2025, and the Flair. Shawn Michaels match and these past matches, just to say there's no way that John Cena, the face of this generation of WWE, there's no way he loses tonight, is it?
Look, the wrestling tradition, and that is not a casual question, I actually don't think. I think that that's a very smart question, and it's one that I don't have the perfect answer to, because the wrestling traditionalist in me, the guy who's grown up and been around the business since 2012, believes that you should always go up looking at the lights. That's the way it should be. That's the way it should go. It's what Goldberg did. However, if we look at some of the other iconic careers who have called it quits in the past couple of years, you think about Sting in AEW. He was able to go out not only with a win, but with a championship around his waist. And then we think about The Undertaker in the Boneyard match against AJ Styles. He was able to ride out on top. Neither of those traditional match settings. This one, though, it would be hard for me to see John Cena have lost twice in a row, right? To Dom Mysterio loses the IC belt and then lose again to Gunther at Saturday night's main event. Does it hurt John Cena to lose? No, it doesn't. Does it hurt Gunther to lose? No, it doesn't. So if I'm a betting man, let's give the people what they want. Let's let them feel good. Like when Kobe hit 60, John Cena's got to get 60 tonight in Washington, D.C., Saturday night's main event. I don't think that's a casual question at all.
Well, Brad, if you're a betting man, I would place the odds there because I believe I saw Gunther as like a plus or a minus 3,000 favorite. Vegas is very much expecting John Cena to go the traditional route.
Brian, wait. I don't mean to interrupt you. That kind of makes me want to put money on Gunther. You know what I mean? $100 gets me $3,000. You know what I mean? I mean, that's actually not a bad bet. Not a bad bet because you can never know. You never know what could happen.
Yeah, I fully expect to Gunther to win that match. Again, we're talking to Brad Gilmore, one half of the Hall of Fame, which you can hear Tuesday and Wednesday nights on the station alongside Booker T. And he's the voice of Reality Wrestling, which will celebrate their 20-year anniversary with the Sub-Zero card coming up a week from today out in Texas City at the Walker Texas Lawyer Arena. So I want to ask you, you mentioned Obi Femi earlier, Brad, when you were talking about the choice there of Gunther as the final opponent in the match tonight Obi Femi will have against Cody. I don't know how you'll feel about this. I think you'll agree with me. And there is precedent here. We saw in 2015 when Kevin Owens came up as the NXT champion, faced John Cena, who I believe was the United States champion at that time, and beat him in his debut pay-per-view match. I think Obi Femi should win tonight.
Wow. Haven't even considered it. You know what I mean? I haven't even considered Obi Femi winning. It would be hard for me to beat the WWE champion when it's the NXT champion and it's not a proper call-up. I do think that Cody gets the match of a lifetime, shines this kid up, and gets him ready for the big time because Obi Femi, depending on how this match goes, on the day that we stand, December the 13th, in the year of our Lord, on ESPN 97.5, with no other numbers that come after that, what I would say is if the man himself, if the ruler, Obi Femi, goes out there and has a hell of a match with Cody Rhodes, we're talking about a Royal Rumble victory in a couple of weeks. That's how much potential I see in this guy. I see Obi Femi as the next big thing. And yes, I used those words for a specific and particular purpose. He reminds me in so many ways of Brock, in the best of ways of Brock Lesnar, but even Brock Lesnar 2.0. I think this guy's got everything, and I would bet it all on Oba, but maybe not tonight.
I got to ask you about this Masked Man storyline. I mean, obviously they're trying to paint the picture that Seth Rollins, who's out with I believe it was a shoulder injury that he's out with, he had to drop the belt for. I saw a report that Grayson Waller was one of the people that portrayed this Masked Man coming in attacking random opponents. What do you make of this storyline and where it goes with Seth Rollins eventually returning?
You know, right now I don't know if they know, to be honest with you, and that's sometimes not the worst thing in wrestling. Sometimes you just want to get a guy in the mix and get a guy involved. I've also heard Austin Theory could potentially be that guy. Makes a lot of sense because if I'm Austin Theory, I need this. I need to be involved in the main event storyline, especially when Paul Heyman is ushering in a young contingent of talent like a Logan Paul, like a Braun Breaker, like a Bronson Reed. You add Austin Theory into that mix, and this is his last gasp opportunity to really solidify himself as not a comedic character, not someone that you look at on the card and just not ever think again about as a guy who could be a big player. Let's not forget, John Cena, before this match he had with Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania, his last singles opponent was Austin Theory at WrestleMania. And since then, I feel like Austin's been forgotten about. So if this is a way to elevate and I'm assuming it's Austin Theory, but elevate whatever young talent that it possibly can. I'm all for it. Do I think it's a little clunky right now? Do I think that they fully know how they're going to pay this thing off? I don't, but that's the beauty of wrestling. It's 52 weeks a year, and sometimes we got to bring in a masked man, no different than a soap opera brings in an evil twin.
Yeah, it very much is the wrestling version of an evil twin. It feels like they've been doing that for as long as I've watched the product. So one more question for you here. You mentioned LB Femi in the Royal Rumble coming up. Do you have anybody right now that you look at and think that's the guy that should win, and the women as well should win the Royal Rumble? I think Braun Breaker will probably be at the top of many people's lists, assuming he doesn't take the title from CM Punk in a couple of weeks. But any thoughts on who that? Because I think Braun Breaker will probably end up as the Vegas favorite. But who are a couple other people you look at as being someone that should get that spot?
Man, as far as the men go, the two words that come to my mind immediately is Logan Paul, and I know that just disgusts so many people.
No, I like it.
This guy's so good. He's so damn good. I've watched this product all my life. I've been around this industry for my entire adult life, and this guy's so good at what he does, and he's going to be a world champion. It's not an if, it's a win. So him at the Royal Rumble makes perfect sense to me. And then I am going to be a bit of a homer, but I want everyone to know this. In John Cena's final PLE match, he took a Pop Rocks from Roxanne Perez. I just want to make sure that everybody realizes that in his final PLE, a Reality of Wrestling student and standout gave John Cena not his, her finishing move. And to me, that rub doesn't go lightly when it comes to me, and Paul's on that sense. But I think that Roxanne Perez is going to go out there and finally win the Royal Rumble. She's been close a couple years in a row. This is her time. They've been keeping her a little low-key. We're about to heat her up.
Yeah, no, I think Roxanne, I don't know if she'll be the Vegas favorite because they'll probably give that to, hell, Charlotte won it last year. It might be somebody of that ilk, but Roxanne makes a lot of sense. And really, I mean, you mentioned her giving the Pop Rocks to John Cena, a former Reality Wrestling student as well. Jey Uso won last year's Royal Rumble, so there's another connection there.
Not only did he win the Royal Rumble, he became the world champion.
That's true. A lot of great talent going through Reality Wrestling out there in Texas City. And as I mentioned a couple of times with Brad, who's one half of the Hall of Fame, which you can hear Tuesday and Wednesday nights here on ESPN 97.5. No other numbers after that. He's also the voice of Reality Wrestling, and they're celebrating their 20-year anniversary event a week from today on December 20th in Texas City at the Walker Texas Lawyer Arena. Bell time 7 p.m. That card Sub-Zero will include the WWE ID Championship match between Cappuccino Jones and Edge Stone. Brad, tell us about the other matches on the card. Any more that you got booked? It seems like a pretty exciting night out there in Texas City.
There's going to be so much going on that night at Sub-Zero. This is our annual event. This is how we close the year out. Let me just give you a highlight of two matches that everybody should come out of their chairs to see. Our main event of the evening is for the Reality of Wrestling Championship, and that will have the champion Danny Limelight defending against Ruthless Ryan Davidson, the Bear, the first ever Grand Slam champion in our company's history, and Will All Damn Day, one of the most electrifying superstars there has ever been on our television screens, and the man himself. We talked about Jey Uso. We talk about Roman Reigns. We talk about another member of the bloodline, Zilla Fatu. That will be at our main event. But we're also going to have a ladder match to determine a brand new championship that you read about in the Houston Chronicle earlier this week. It is called the Reality of Wrestling Legacy Championship. It is modeled after the ring of Paul Bosch, the same ring that Paul Bosch's widow sold to Booker T. The only person she would give it to was the man himself, because he was carrying on the legacy of Houston wrestling like Paul Bosch did. And now we've modeled the championship after it, and it's going to be exclusive to our Glory brand, and one man will carry not only that title, but all of the legacy of Houston wrestling with it on Saturday night, December the 20th.
Well, that is actually, I hadn't heard of that, Brad. That is awesome, carrying on the legacy of Paul Bosch. So you said his widow sold the ring to Booker T?
Yeah, so, Paul Bosch, if you go back and look at any of his old photos, he's got this big ring that I believe was made by I.W. Marks, kind of a legendary jeweler in the city, that has two wrestlers kind of getting into it with each other on the top. They kind of look like they're locking up, diamonds all around it. There's a television camera on one side, a microphone on the other. Paul Bosch had it commissioned so that he could celebrate Houston wrestling on Channel 39, and he wore it up until the day that he died. And many people tried to get it. Many people tried to purchase it. His widow said only one man is worthy of this ring, and it is Booker T, because I believe he will carry on that legacy. And now Booker's worn that ring for 20 years. You can go back during his King Booker run. It was always on his hand. This is a ring that means so much to him. That's why we wanted to make a championship specifically designed around it to really celebrate Paul Bosch and Houston wrestling. Paul did so much for this industry, so much for the boys, but more importantly, so much for the community of Houston. And it's going to be an honor to be able to see who gets that legacy championship for the very first time.
That is awesome. I mean, you had me at ladder match. As soon as you mentioned the ladder matches on the card, I'm in. But also, you throw in the Reality Wrestling Championship. You throw in what you just mentioned. You throw in the WWE ID Championship on the line. It'll be a great night for the Sub-Zero card a week from Saturday out in Texas City. Thanks for joining us, Brad.
And I want to say this.
Oh, yeah,
I want to say this. Normally, we have the card was initially going to be today, December the 13th. But out of respect, and this is true, out of respect to the legendary career of John Cena, we decided to move it a week further, because we wanted to make sure that every wrestling fan and every Reality of Wrestling fan could sit tonight and pay tribute and salute to the man who has brought hustle, loyalty, and respect and so many great moments in this industry.
I like it. I like that move. It's a classy move. That is the voice of Brad Gilmore. You can hear him Tuesday and Wednesday nights on these airwaves. One half of the Hall of Fame, along with the two-time WWE Hall of Famer Booker T. And again, make sure you go out and catch the Sub-Zero card in Texas City a week from Saturday, bell time, 7 o'clock. Thank you for joining us, Brad. We'll look forward to talking to you when Rumble gets closer.
Thanks, guys. Anytime.
All right, that was the voice of Brad Gilmore again. Hear him Tuesday and Wednesday nights as a part of the Hall of Fame. All right, we got to get out, and we have a game picks segment on the other side. Picking NFL games, maybe a daily fantasy pick or two as well. That when the Bullpen returns. ESPN Radio 97.5.
This is the Bullpen.
On ESPN 97.5 and the ESPN Houston app.
Live from the Huntington Bank Studios, here are the producers of ESPN 97.5.
Welcome back into the bullpen, ESPN Radio 97.5. Thank you to Brad Gilmore for joining us in the last segment. Now it is time for our prize picks in our NFL game picks. Myself, Brian McDonald, Cam Smith, who's doing a little scoot over there.
You like that?
It's a little unnerving.
Oh.
Sean Mapes and then John Pelmer behind the glass. Let's first quickly give out a couple of daily fantasy plays that we like, and then we'll get into our NFL game picks. We mentioned this name earlier when talking about Texans-Cardinals. Right now, the line for receptions for Michael Wilson on Underdog. I know, inferior product there to your prize pick, Sean Mapes, but 5.5 receptions for Michael Wilson. Look, Marvin Harrison Jr. is out, and when he's out, Michael Wilson turns into Jerry Rice. 3 of his last 4 games, Michael Wilson, 11 catches, 10 catches, 15 catches.
Good God.
Give me higher than 5.5 for Michael Wilson.
Okay.
I like that one.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you, Cam.
Yeah. I'm not.
Sean didn't seem
exactly-
as enthusiastic, so he's dead to me.
You
but
kind of
Cam-
lost me at the.
I would take that
episode.
one. I'm going to stay in the same matchup.
Oh wow.
Yes. I'm going to go Nico Collins more than 75.5 receiving yards.
Okay. I feels I see the path, but it just always feels a little dicey with the Texans
Yeah.
offense. But,
98,
where
121
else-
the last 2 games.
Yeah, I know.
Against
no,
better
I
defenses.
see the path. I'm totally with you.
Just kind of needs to get loose for one, and
Yeah.
then have a normal Nico Collins
Right.
game. Yeah.
I think he gets there. Just I think it says more about like I just don't want to have that level of nervousness while also trying to enjoy a Texans win. So I don't need to panic if he's sitting at 68 yards and hasn't got a.
You're always more anxious when you place a bet on your team's players.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Sean, what is your pick, sir?
I'm going to L.A. versus Detroit. I'm going with Matthew Stafford to have more than negative 0.5 rushing yards.
Are you serious?
It's set at negative.
He said it negative?
He just has to fall down. That's all
Negative 0.5 rushing yards. All he has to do is not run, and
Yeah.
he gets it.
Oh, that's true because like in college football that would be complicated because they take it away on sacks.
Yes.
But yeah, NFL they don't. So he literally just has to not run backwards.
Oh, you better hope he doesn't have to kneel at half.
Oh, that's true.
yeah,
And kneel
kneel
down.
down.
Oh,
Yeah,
kneel down
that's
does-
negative 2 yards, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I
Uh-oh.
didn't even think of the kneels
Ooh.
counting. Yeah.
Is it too late? Have you already placed it?
I think I can.
You can back out.
Opt
Okay.
out,
Yeah.
yeah.
That. Ooh, I don't feel great
No,
about
no,
that.
I don't think I can.
Oh well, R.I.P. R.I.P.
that's
that
all right.
whatever that money was. Well, thoughts and prayers to Sean's bet there. All right, Cam, hit us with
Or
our.
Lions just have to win.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Root for the Lions to win.
Yeah.
What is our first game we're picking here, Cam?
Dun-dun-dun-dun. Kansas City versus the Los Angeles Chargers.
Oh, what do you know? A Chargers game is in here.
This is
this is in Kansas City, right?
It is.
All right, I will pick. I'll pick the Chiefs. I don't feel great about it for obvious reasons. They're 6-7. Oh my God, they're a 6-7 football team for a reason. Damn it. But I just don't trust the Chargers' offensive line against that pass rush.
Me either.
I know. Yeah, that was a laugh of pain. Cam, what is your pick?
I'm gonna ride with my team, but I am for the exact same thing that you just said. I am terrified that Justin Herbert is going to get sacked
'cause he got
27
sacked,
times.
What, 7 times against the Eagles?
7 times. He has been pressured 293 times this year.
Man, Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter are going to eat. in a
Yeah,
couple weeks.
I saw it was in the middle of the Monday night game against the Eagles. That they won, by the way. They
Yeah,
beat the Eagles.
They still won, even though that Justin Herbert got just.
He was
killed.
pressured on 70% of his dropbacks at one point.
That's like the Patrick Mahomes rate that killed him in the Super Bowl last year against the Eagles is like 56, 58%. You tack another 20% on. That's what Justin Herbert's
The
doing.
guard that the Chargers signed, Becker or whatever.
Beckham.
I don't even care to say his name right.
Mekhi Beckham.
Literally, his blocking grade was 0.3.
I've never seen that before.
No.
I didn't know you could
I've never
do
seen
that.
that.
I didn't know you could suck so bad.
Are they still starting Austin Deculus?
Yeah, when another offensive lineman gets hurt.
That's
All
rough
right,
times. All right, so what's our next
Chiefs.
game? Oh, Chiefs. Johnny, what's your pick?
Yeah, you said Austin Deculus, and I immediately went, oh, you know what? I'm going Chiefs.
Yeah.
I can't blame any of y'all.
It's just hard. It's hard to pick.
It's hard. Yeah, like I want to pick the Chargers. It's just like that line. Although again, they did beat the Eagles, so maybe it's possible. What's the next game, Cam?
This is a good one, tricky one. New England versus Buffalo.
In New England too.
Correct.
I'm gonna go with the Bills here. Stephon Diggs got the revenge game when the Patriots won in Buffalo early this year. I think he went like 10 for 130 in that game. He went off against that former team. I don't see that here. I think Buffalo is the better team overall. I'll take them to get one back.
The Patriots have won 10 straight games.
So is Denver.
And I can't really see a loss on the rest of their schedule after this game. And I don't think they're going to win 14 straight games to end the regular season. So give me the Bills.
I love the reasoning we go
like
through
I just
sometimes.
like the Patriots going to win 14 straight games.
Yeah, no, I can't. Right? It's not allowed.
I can't do that. I can't do that.
Cam,
I'm gonna go Buffalo.
Is it a sweep, Johnny?
No. I mean, you use the 10 straight games to justify why you're picking against them. I'm going to use it the opposite way. Like, they're not going to lose at home after winning 10 straight games. Yeah, I mean, I'm taking New England.
On Buffalo except for Johnny.
It's interesting.
Maybe
it might bode well for you.
Johnny went 4-1 last week. Maybe he's on the comeback trail. All right, what's our next game here?
Seattle versus Indianapolis.
Big Philly Rivers.
That's right.
I mean, is this a spread game or is this straight up?
Straight up.
Seattle.
Seattle.
Seattle. I'm not even going to ask John. We're all picking Seattle.
Indianapolis.
No, you're not.
Is going to lose.
No, okay. Thank you. It feels like whenever Cam comes up with these, there's always like one that he just gets for us.
There is one. There is a lob.
As we're getting close to Christmas, it's nice that Cam could give us this gift here. A little preemptive Christmas
what's the
gift.
Colts win?
This week is...
No, there's no way. There's no way.
What if he's awesome?
Look, I'm here for it. I'm totally here for it.
You haven't seen him throwing lasers in practice?
I've seen the videos. It does not look like a laser. Well, of course, it never looked like a laser with Phil, even when he was in his 20s. But whatever.
He has a weird release.
He does. It's a shot put. What's your next game?
It is. Another good game. Rams versus Detroit.
Lions.
Wow, that was
no kneel downs for Matt Stafford.
Oh yeah, that's right.
All right.
Where was this game at? I forgot. Sorry.
It is in Los Angeles.
Oh, give me the Rams.
Doesn't
give me the
matter.
Rams.
Doesn't matter.
Give me the Rams.
There's gonna be Lions fans there.
Yeah, there will be, but there'll be less than there were. There won't be 75,000 Lions fans. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'll take the Rams.
I'm gonna go. You're gonna go Rams. Oh, we're all go. Well, no, not Sean.
Lions. I like this.
Sean's got the roar of the pride here.
I like being the lone wolf.
Lone lion.
Lone lion.
I mean, come on.
Like
it's right,
Simba.
It's right there.
Like Simba in the second and third act of Lion King.
Chuck your ass over
the
side of the mountain.
He had
like
Nala.
Scar.
He had a shoddy.
Later, But mostly he was chilling with Timon and Pumbaa.
Yeah.
Facts. Eating bugs.
They had a great ass time, man.
Just chilling with the boys.
Just can't wait to be king. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
All right. What's our last game here?
Busting with the boys. Denver versus Green Bay. Green Bay is favored by 2.5.
Wow. A road favorite against a team that's won 10 straight. That is insane.
Yes.
Sean, I think you should go first.
I guess 2.5.
Green Bay 2.5. Yeah.
That's correct.
I would love for that to be 3.
Yeah, same.
I would love for that.
Like a Green Bay 3.5 would be perfect.
Give me Green Bay. Give me Green Bay.
I am also going.
I don't
Green
like
Bay.
it, but give me Green Bay.
Where's this game at?
Denver.
Johnny, where you going? I'm going last year.
I'm gonna take Denver.
You know what? Johnny's hot. I'm going with Johnny. I'm backing what Johnny's playing here.
Okay.
Give me the Broncos.
Okay.
Give me the Broncos plus 2.5.
Terrific.
Next week he's gonna be cussing me when it's wrong.
Probably so. That's a guarantee. All right, that'll do it for our game picks this week. On the other side of the break, when we return in just about 2-3 minutes, will be time for Mount Rushmore plus 1. Don't go anywhere. Welcome in, Houston, to the best part of your weekend. Welcome into Mount Rushmore Plus One, the award-winning, game-changing segment that has forever changed the sports radio landscape. And this gets more dangerous by the day, this next part, because Lance is literally down the hall scouting draft prospects. But it's the segment that will land the three of us, plus Johnny Belmer and a host of others in the Texas Radio Hall of Fame in far less than the 27 years it took those bums, John Lance, to get there.
Yeah, I'm hoping for...
Respectfully, Lance.
Respectfully.
Yeah, respectfully.
I'm hoping for,
a confrontation?
15.
I mean, Lance is literally just down the hall.
No, I meant like 15 years.
Oh, yeah. 15, over under 14 and a half.
I'll take the over.
You take the over?
Yeah, me too.
Just respectfully, you'll take the over? Okay. Yeah. All right. So I'll go ahead and lead off here. This goes off to a conversation Sean and I had off the air because I'm not going to name names, but sometimes people give out their keys to the game.
Oh, yes.
And I think often those segments are terrible because they list very basic, no bleep things as keys to the game. So this is what my Mount Rushmore Plus One is.
I mean, you get it on like the pregame show. You get it on like the 30 seconds before kickoff.
The little graphics for the Rockets games. No turnovers.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah, Ryan Holland. Yeah.
Well, speaking of that, number one on my list of boring keys to the game because no bleep. Win the turnover battle.
Gotta win the.
I mean, you gotta win the turnover battle. If you're plus,
possession in a game like this, possessions are key.
And then in the National Football League, Sean, you're more likely to win if you turn over the ball less. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah,
that's groundbreaking analysis.
Also got I don't want to step on anymore.
Yeah, in the National Football League, it's important to win the turnover game. Next one, it's also important, guys, in the National Football League. If you can get pressure with just 4.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to blitz.
That way you can drop 7.
Yeah. See how the math works. Yeah. You guys get it. Yeah.
Maybe drop 6 and have a floater.
Yeah.
Sure.
A quarterback spy.
Quarterback spy. There we go.
You can drop 6, 7. Yeah.
Oh, you.
I thought you did that on purpose.
I thought he walked you into it.
Yeah. I thought you were doing that on purpose. Cam.
You should know me better by now. I'm not doing that.
You don't know me. Anyway, that's a song nobody knows.
I passed up the floater joke too.
Yeah, the floater was a little. That's a weird description there, Cam.
No, I've heard it before, but it also
I haven't. I'm not trying to.
It's a poop that floats.
Yes, that's where my head went to. That's where my head went.
Not at all. But yeah, sure.
I mean, respectfully, Cam, my thought also went to you talking about poop.
Yeah, my bad. You're right.
95% of the listening audience thought you were talking about poop.
I was not. Sorry.
Or 6-7.
Yeah, or 6-7. We never know. All right, so win the turnover battle, get pressure with just 4. 2 of my boring keys to the game on this Mount Rushmore Plus One. Next one, you got to be good on third down.
Yeah, you got to keep the chains moving.
You got to keep the chains moving.
Do you need to convert?
You can't give the ball back to the other. Yeah. You got to keep the ball out of Patrick Mahomes' hands, guys.
Yeah, you let your defense rest. A good way, avoid third down altogether would also work.
Well, that works into this next one. You got to run the ball and be ahead of the chains, right? Yeah. You can't put yourself in 3rd and 8, guys. It's got to be 3rd and what, Sean?
Short.
Manageable. Oh, I was hoping you were saying manageable. There it is. Yeah, 3rd and manageable. That's the terminology for the National Football League. You got to avoid 3rd and long. Put yourself in 3rd and manageable. And last one kind of works hand in hand with some of the other ones here, but time of possession. You got to win time of possession.
Yeah. You got to win time.
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking about keys to the game they're critical. You can't turn the ball over. You got to win the time possession, convert third downs, be ahead of the chains, and get pressure with just 4.
Yeah.
Copy and paste for the rest of the time in the National Football League.
Listen to this guy.
I'm breaking it down for you. These are your path. This is your path to victory against the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah,
you do these 5 things, I guarantee you win, unless you're playing the Lions on Sunday Night Football.
Key to the game. Listen to BMAC.
Anyway, all right. Cam, your Mount Rushmore Plus One.
Yes, thank you. So mine stems from. Have you all ever had the peanut butter whiskey screwball?
I have not.
No.
It's actually quite delicious. And then I was informed.
Peanut butter whiskey sounds good, though.
It is. And I was informed that you should mix it with Dr. Pepper. I did so. And it was, how do you say, orgasmic. Delicious.
Okay.
There are so many things I thought you were going to say there other than what you just said.
How do you say?
How do you say the one thing you
It was inspiringly
good.
Como
se dice orgasmic?
Como se dice?
It's probably too late now, but I think we probably should have dumped that. Well, so we'll be in the Hall of Fame anyway.
It's not a curse word.
It's not a word, right?
It's a scientific term.
Let's move. Keep going. Keep going.
Thank you.
Let's not draw more attention to it.
So my category is simple but random combinations that make a treat.
Okay.
How would you describe those combinations? Okay, just keep going.
Yeah, I want to say
I
it,
was seeing if you'd say it
but I
again.
want to. This is a pretty common one, maybe. But rice with a fried egg and some green onions.
Just like fried rice, which I think almost always has an egg in it.
Yeah, but I'm talking about literally just like a whole fried egg on top of the rice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that way you can kind of get the yolk running.
Yeah.
Sure.
Simple but good.
Runny yolk.
Peanut butter sandwich, but with banana slices and honey.
Yes.
I'm not a big peanut butter and jelly, so that's my substitute.
Isn't that what Elvis had like every day? Of his life?
was peanut butter, banana, I think honey and bacon. I know he had bacon.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's doing too much.
He's
the man
the
died
king.
on the
He
toilet.
did die on the toilet, like in his 40s. So.
I don't know if it was from bacon on a sandwich though.
Well, it was not just one of them.
It didn't help.
Yeah.
It didn't help.
True.
Over the edge.
There was something else he was ingesting that
a
probably
lot
did
of
it.
Yes.
Talking about a white powdery substance.
Yeah. Shemar Moore would know about all the white stuff. Switching over from food, Harry Potter, but when it's raining.
What in the world?
I love this list.
Harry Potter hits so much harder when it is raining outside.
You could give me so many guesses as to what Cam was about to say next.
Not all food.
Harry Potter watching in the rain was never going to come.
He didn't say their food.
Yeah.
He didn't say
you're
their
right.
That's a great Zach.
It's a delightful activity.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll believe it.
Cam,
Spark a
you never
candle.
cease to amaze me.
So not Christmas, because it gets a lot of the Christmas marathon.
Does it?
No,
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not a Harry Potter person.
Yeah.
Man, Cam gave me the death stare there.
I love watching it during the holidays, but
Mhm.
like if it's not the holidays and it rains, it's one of my like go-tos to just just throw on.
Okay, maybe this is the non-Harry Potter fan in me. Why does the rain enhance the watching? Yeah, I know.
There's just a lot
Indulge
of
me here.
the movies. There's a lot of like scenes where it's just raining and there's just
gloomy.
Yeah, it's just
okay.
Same reason it's
it
a
makes
good,
me wish I was at Hogwarts.
Same reason it's a good Christmas movie is that like all these movies take place like at least part of it during Christmas because it's like during the academic school year. So yeah, good one. Prisoner of Azkaban.
With a bunch
Shout
of
out,
nerds, Johnny. No, it's all right.
People like you are just besmirch the good name.
Stuff you guys in a locker.
A Sirius Black.
Yeah, I'll find a locker down the hall. Stuff you guys.
Yeah, here's the guy that goes
nerds.
to see the Lego movie at 9:00, but he won't watch Harry Potter.
I did not go watch the Lego movie.
You didn't?
No.
Have you seen it?
The Lego movie?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Okay.
All right, back on the food. Pickles, but they have to be the I don't know, the vertical ones, the long ones.
The whole pickle?
Yeah.
The whole pickle.
Depends if you're holding it up or
Oh yeah, I
down.
guess it could be horizontal.
The whole pickle.
Yeah, the whole pickle.
The vertical pickle. Well,
Not
that is a
slices.
good euphemism. Well, never mind. Anyway.
Orgasmic.
Yes.
Get us out of this
Vertical
segment.
pickles with tahini.
Yep.
Sure,
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
next,
good.
Next.
Now this is a random one, and my
The
grandma.
last one wasn't?
No, I don't know.
All right.
Tomatoes with sprinkle of sugar on it.
I've heard salt.
I've done salt and pepper, but
Okay.
my grandma, I don't know if this is a country thing or a Louisiana thing, but she grew up on us with tomatoes and sugar.
Interesting. I've
So,
never
yeah.
heard of that. I've heard like just tomatoes with like some salt sprinkled.
Oh
on it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Tomatoes with like squeeze of lime, salt, pretty good. But yeah, tomatoes and
I
sugar.
love that list.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It was. I tell you what, it was a journey.
Yeah.
It was definitely a journey.
I like that Harry Potter was the only not food.
Yeah. We just took this random detour into what Cam does on a depressive rainy
But
day.
I'm down with it. All right. Great list. My Mount Rushmore is another.
Oh, man.
It's something that I've mentioned to Brian before.
Oh, okay.
And he won't need the explanation, but I think other people will, especially the two people that I do the show with.
Me and Johnny are gonna have to have some sort of inner dialect since you two love talking together without us.
Well, we see each other 5 days.
And we've
a week.
also done the show together for longer.
Yes.
So.
Mount Rushmore +1 of Toby Keith athletes.
Oh,
What?
Yeah.
Now, what does this mean?
Yeah,
Great question.
I think I know what it means.
That these are athletes.
Can I take a stab at it?
Yeah.
These are athletes who are a little past their prime, but they could be as good once as they ever were.
Yeah, they're not as good as they
Ooh.
once were.
They're not as good as they once were.
Nice.
But they're as good once
As
they ever were. First up, this is a little bad timing because he didn't play great. Against the Clippers, but he was good before that against the Suns. That's really what made me think of it. Kevin Durant. Every once in a while, you're just like, oh my God, Kevin Durant can still do it like he's 28. So Kevin Durant on my list of Toby Keith athletes. Next, Joey Chestnut. He's not as good as he once was.
He's still winning, though.
He's still winning.
He's still winning.
But compared to himself, he's
Like
not saying the record every year.
Yeah, like the number he's hitting isn't as high as
he used to set the record every year.
Yeah.
He does know how to scarf down some.
I'm glad that you're listing him amongst athletes. That's proper tribute.
Yes. Next up, John, maybe you can help me out on this one. I had two different guys for this one. Max Holloway. Not as good as he once was, but as good once as he ever was.
Is that the driver?
What am I supposed to help you out with?
Max Holloway? Is that a good pit? Is that a good UFC fighter to pick?
Oh, I'm tripping. Yeah, that's great. I'm sorry.
You're the UFC guy.
My brain went completely blank, dude, when you looked at me. I'm sorry.
I think Johnny might have been expecting, like, oh, there's the audio here? I was supposed to play
I knew I was missing something, but I couldn't figure it out.
Okay. Joe Flacco.
Oh yeah,
He might be better once than he ever was.
When he ran that zone read against the Steelers on that random Thursday night, that was a special moment.
Might be better in his 40s than he was like in his 20s. Like he honestly
looked. Thursday night football game against the Steelers was amazing.
Even I guess the playoff run even counts that he had against with the
Cleveland?
Ravens.
Yeah.
No, with the Ravens
okay.
when he was still like 28, and it's like well, he's kind of not that good, but he's as good once as he ever was. And then lastly, I had to get this list in because this might be proven wrong tomorrow.
Yes.
Big Phil Rivers.
Yeah, Big Philly Rivers.
Until he actually takes the field and we see that he is not as good as he once was, we gotta
give respect to Big Philly while we still can.
In one of these next 4 games, he just needs one throw where I'm like, he's still got it.
Yes. You still got it.
Yes.
We just need that chant to break out in Seattle.
Probably won't happen.
No, I mean, like it's because they're trash-ass fans.
Yeah.
The trash-ass fans there in Seattle. All right, that'll do it for Mount Rushmore +1. When we get back, short segment, but it'll be time to talk about what we loved in sports and our worst people in sports this week. That when the Bullpen returns, ESPN Radio 97.5.
This is the Bullpen.
On ESPN 97.5 and the ESPN Houston app.
Live from the Huntington Bank Studios, here are the producers of ESPN 97.5.
Welcome back in. Final segment today on the Bullpen. We will be on two times next weekend, live from Lake Charles in the LaBerge Casino and Resort. Saturday about 3:30 or 4-ish following the Aggies postgame show, and then Sunday from 10 to noon before we head back here to Houston. But let's finish off the show this week in the 6-ish minutes we have left. 6 or 7 minutes. With I did that for you, Sean. I'll give you one. I'll give you one per show. With the worst people in sports and what we love from sports this week. My worst person in sports, guys. I don't know if you saw this because I don't know if he would qualify as a mainstream athlete. But darts star Rapid Ricky Evans
I think that
has
counts.
some strong takes. So the World Championships are going on, I guess, this week.
Yeah.
And after winning a 3-0 straight sets win in his first match of said World Championships, before this quote we're about to hear, just adding to his overall day, live on TV, he bent down to pick a dart off the floor and ripped his pants on national television. So that was how his day started, and then went into a post-match interview. Match? I don't know what we call darts.
So.
Match? Okay.
Match.
So it then goes into a post-match interview with the sound you're about to hear now, Johnny, where he starts going into a few things that he hates, and the crowd turns on him.
I have heard that you don't really like Christmas. Tell us it's not true.
Christmas is rubbish. It is. Right, hands up if you like gravy.
I like gravy.
Yeah.
And look, Mama Evans likes gravy as well.
Hands up if you like me and gravy. Hands up if you think gravy's the devil. Oh, see, look, I'm struggling now, aren't I?
I just like that he goes full wrestling.
Yeah.
But like call
Christmas is rubbish.
Christmas is rubbish.
It's like he was just like, and your women are ugly. Like it's like what?
He totally felt like a wrestling heel that just randomly brings up the home team's most recent loss.
Yeah,
that's what it felt like.
In this dump, the Silver Dome, or the Pontiac Center.
So,
Christmas is rubbish.
So this next quote is where he lost me. I was like, I don't know if Christmas is rubbish. Maybe it's overrated. I don't eat a lot of gravy. I told Johnny, there's really two things I'll eat gravy on, like biscuits and chicken fried steak. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
I do love my chicken fry.
A little bit of chicken fry, cold beer on Friday night. But other than that, I don't really get down with gravy. But he lost me here in this next quote. He goes into the post-game interview, like the press conference, continues running down gravy, and somewhere in this you'll hear a wild take from Ricky Evans.
Hate it. Oh, everyone loves it, don't they? Oh, literally, I've had it. Obviously, my sister, when she was alive, her and Mum used to literally, they could bath in it. I just hate it. The smell. Apparently, as a boy, I loved it. Just that and baked beans. Oh God, I hate it. Just give me some cranberry sauce and give me some ketchup. Will do.
Oh, cut it there. See, that's where he lost me. Like, if you want to tell me gravy's overrated, totally with you. But there's not a single thing that I would eat with gravy that I'm like, nah, sub and ketchup. Yeah, like that's a trash ass take. That's where he becomes my worst person in sports this week. You're telling me you're going to sit down and eat a little bit of chicken fry and you're going to sub the cream gravy for ketchup?
Yeah.
That's a terrorist move right there, Ricky Evans. That's why you're my worst person in sports.
Sometimes you can get gravy. No, not really. Never.
Yeah,
mind.
That's a terrible take.
I was trying to think of
replace the gravy with ketchup.
Chicken tenders, maybe.
No.
Yeah,
like anything you're going to have gravy with. Considering however much you like gravy, I'm kind of on the not like it all that much side. But whatever you would have it with, you can't sub out gravy for ketchup. It's a crazy thing.
I also think gravy might be one of those things where it's different in England than it is here.
Well, he does talk. The clip goes for like 2.5 minutes. He talks about the different types of gravy.
Oh, okay.
But I think the main one he hates is like the brown gravy, which I'm with him there.
What?
I was with him until he went to the point of the ketchup take. That's where he lost me.
Yeah.
All right, Sean, who's your worst person in sports?
Worst person in sports this week? I mean, it's kind of the worst thing that happened in sport. Well, no, not really. But
shout out to Sharon Moore.
Yeah. That pretty. Actually, you know what? Sharon Moore.
There you go.
That's my worst person in sports.
Just
kind of all of it.
Cam, who's your worst person?
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Sharon Moore. All right, let's
but more for the fact that he snitched on himself.
That's where you drew the line?
Why would you DoorDash a Plan B to your office?
Good question.
Stupidity.
Great question.
All right, so let's finish. It's time to stop swimming with the English sharks. Stop
Great
asking questions like, why DoorDash yourself Plan B? And go ahead and doggy paddle over the sea tranquilly. Talk about what we love from sports this
The
week.
address is right
Sean
there.
and Cam, if you could quickly give yours, that way we have time, hopefully, for the John and Lance audio.
C.J. Stroud leaving Cal McNair hanging on Sunday Night Football, and then Cal McNair waiting like 3 days and making a social media video.
Apparently it was his idea.
To get that high five from C.J. Stroud.
That was great.
Funny stuff from Cam.
I got to go with Granddaddy Rivers. I love seeing my boy back on the field.
Well, speaking of Granddaddy Rivers, people around the nation, to the point of emailing Joe asking if they could use our audio, were fooled in thinking this audio we're about to hear right now, John, from Phillip Rivers on a mobile was the actual Phillip Rivers. Let's give it a quick listen to, in my opinion, the best moment.
Let me tell you what. There's two things I do great. Three, pray. The other one is extend drives on third down. And the last one is have kids. And I'm good at all of them, trust me. And I'm pretty good skipping rocks. And definitely good at killing yellow jackets.
Man, you got
and
me
I'm
pumped.
great at pickleball. I mean, I can't wait. I want to get out there, win a Super Bowl, and get back out there and dust off these old people on the pickleball court. That's going to get me fired up. Because it's good weather here, so I can rip pickle every day.
Yeah. In Indy, it's good weather right now? I don't
No,
think so.
not there. Not there. I ain't playing pickleball in Indy. They got a terrible pickleball scene.
Well, yeah,
One of the worst picks
well,
that you can find. They ain't ripping pickle. They don't rip pickle never.
Well, they got indoor pickle facilities, I think. Pretty sure.
I ain't playing. I'm trying to play the way God created pickleball, in the element.
God created pickleball in the
I don't even like playing in the Lucas Oil Dome because God didn't say put a roof on it, man. Take the roof off. Let's go.
Yeah,
I've even conceived outside before.
By far, I think
I believe it.
The whole thing, go to our podcast page and check it out. It's like 18 minutes, but that to me was like the best minute 20. And listen to that, talk about the way pickleball was intended to be outdoors and conceiving outdoors. And people emailed Joe thinking it was the real Phillip Rivers.
I love that.
And asked if they could use our audio. That's what I love from Sports This Week. All right. For John Belmer behind the glass, for Sean, for Cam, I am Brian McDonald. Thank you for listening this week. Again, back next week for 2 shows, Saturday following the Aggies game around 3:30 or 4, and then Sunday from 10 to noon. Until next week, peace.
God didn't say put a roof on it, man. Take the roof off. Let's go.
Yeah,
I've even conceived outside before.